Right, so I like to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Shah, Barak the Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. So real quick, I wanted to get into the book of Matthew 1:21, right? And the scripture says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua. It's not Jesus. In the Paleo Hebrew, it's Yahushua. Now, to explain why it's not Jesus, because the letter J didn't come about until about 1524 by a man named Gian Giorgio Trissino, right? And it comes from the Greek, if you actually did some research on it. So the name of the Lord wouldn't be Jesus. So if you did the actual breakdown in the Paleo Hebrew of the name of the Lord, it'll be Yahushua, which means he saves, he delivers. So it says, and she shall bring forth the son, and thou shalt call his name, for he shall save his people from their sins. Right, so the scripture says his people, because you have Christians who go around and say, oh, well, his people are those that believe. Well, actually, according to the scriptures, his people are the Israelites. He died for the Israelites. You know, if you go into the scripture, the Israelites, or you could call them Jews, because it really goes back to a southern kingdom that was mainly in Israel during that point of time. You had some northern kingdom, but it was mainly the southern kingdom. And they said what? They said, let his blood be upon us. So the blood of Yahushua is upon who? It's upon the Israelites. It's not upon the other nations. The Lord didn't die for all nations. And this belief that he did is madness, right? It's not in the scriptures that he died for all of Israel. You know, the main problem is that people do not understand the scriptures, because the scriptures isn't meant for everybody to understand. The word Gentile get people caught in the bundle, man. It's a major stumbling block, the word Gentile. But the word Gentile, if you actually went into the word Gentile, whether if it's in the Hebrew or the Greek, it means what? Nation or tribe. It doesn't mean, it doesn't really go into a particular nation. It just means nation or tribe. So if the Spirit is given unto you to understand the context of certain book, chapter, and verses, you would know that it fits. You would know that the word Gentile will fit particular nations and tribes. For an example, we know emphatically that the scriptures talk about the Lord coming to save his people, right? Now, when you go into the book of Matthew 2:6, let's get it real quick. Matthew 2:6, the scripture says, and thou, Bethlehem, and the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Israel. So there you go. The Lord's people is Israel. So the Lord only died for the Israelites. He didn't die for the people of the other nations. You have two type of Gentiles. You have the natural Gentiles, which consists of the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, the Ishmaelites, and the Hamites. If I already didn't say Hamite. And you have the Gentiles, which are the Israelites that follow after the customs of the heathen. You can also go into the book of Matthew, the 18th chapter, and it says, if an Israelite go unto the judges and he heareth them not, then treat him as a heathen, right? A heathen man. So that's proof right there that you would treat an Israelite like a heathen man. So when Israel go off, when you have an Israelite that's following the customs of other nations, then you would treat them as such, as a heathen, right? So again, that word Gentile gets a lot of you people, mainly a lot of you Israelites, you know, bugged out. You get bugged out over something simple. You get bugged out over something that's really, you know, easy to break down. But I could say it's easy to break down because we've been given the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of it, but it's not too easy for you people, man. That's why it's something very difficult when you bring up the Gentiles. So again, the reason why the Spirit had me making this video is to show that the Lord is only coming to save his people. He's not coming to save everyone. He's not coming to save those that are of the other nations. It's prophesied in the scriptures that the other nations are going to go into captivity. That's what is prophesied. The other nations aren't going to have equality in the kingdom. And a lot of you people believe that. Christians, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, you believe that you're going to have some form of equality in the kingdom. But emphatically, you will not, man. You got to pay for all the things that you nations have done unto the children of Israel. That's why when you come across the Lord's vengeance, the scripture says, my vengeance shall be towards who? The nations, man, for what they have done unto Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So what could the Lord possibly be talking about, man? Why when you go into the book of Revelations 2, right? I believe that's 2 and 26, but I could be mistaken. Why when you go into that book, chapter, and verse, the scripture says, he that endureth unto the end shall rule them with a rod of iron. Where's the equality in that, man? Where's the equality in that? Matter of fact, let's get that, man. Let's get that real quick. This is Revelations. Let me see. This is Revelations 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, which we know that's who? That's the elect. Revelations the 7th chapter. The 144,000, which consist of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Right? And we know that's what? The 1/3, which is the women and children. So the scripture says, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation. So wait, where's the equality, man? That's something that you will have to explain and definitely to a Jehovah's Witness. Because a Jehovah's Witness will tell you that there's going to be equality in the kingdom. But this proved that equality is out of the window, because the only ones that's going to endure unto the end is the elect. And again, the elect consist of what? The 144,000. The 12 tribes of the children of Israel. It doesn't consist of the other nations. If you go to Revelations the 7th chapter, where's the Hamites? Where's the Moabites? Where's the Ammonites? Where's the Edomites? Right? Where's the Ishmaelites, if I didn't already call them out? Where are those nations at? Why isn't, I'm going to ask this question to the Christians and Jehovah's Witnesses. If the Lord, right, was specific on the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, why isn't he specific? Salakia, bear with me for a second. Why isn't he specific on the nations? He called out the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom when you go into the book of Revelations, the 7th chapter. But why didn't he call out the other nations? Right? Well, if you go to what you would say, if you go to Revelation 7 and 9 or something like that, it tell you that he'll bring out all the people of the nations. That's talking about the scattered sheep. That's talking about the scattered sheep. That's talking about the 1/3. Zechariah 13:8. It says, when you go into Zechariah 13 and 8, what did it say? It says that 2 parts therein shall be cut off, but the 3rd shall stay therein. So we know that's talking about the 1/3. We know that's talking about the scattered sheep, right? But you people, you lack understanding behind the scriptures because the Spirit ain't on you to understand the scriptures to begin with, right? So again, like going back into Matthew 1:21, let's get that back. Salakia, bear with me. So again, going back into Matthew 1:21, the scripture says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahawashai, for he shall save his people from their sins. Hey, when you go into Matthew's 10:5, let's go into Matthew's 10:5. What do that say? Matthew's 10:5. It says, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not unto the way of the Gentiles, enter into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Why did the Lord say that, man? That's something that you people have to explain. You Christians, you Jehovah's Witnesses, and you Mormons. You will have to explain that, man. But guess what? You can't, because you lack the understanding behind the scriptures. You lack the understanding of what the scriptures are really about. The scriptures ain't about every fucking body, man. Excuse my French, but the scriptures ain't about everybody, man. The scriptures are only about the children of Israel, the elect, the 144,000. And at the end of the day, the Lord is going to save all of Israel. Going back into the book of Isaiah. So we're going to finish off with this, but I'm going to end it from there and say, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahushua, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say, Shalom.